All right, so people ask me all the time about leads. So what we're going to talk about tonight on Whiteboard Talk is leads. What we're going to talk about is you investing in leads. What we're going to talk about is sales with leads. Now, the first thing I will tell you is anytime somebody's pitched me on a sales position, the first thing I ask them about, bar none, is leads. How much are they? How many can I get? And what is script for leads? That's it. How much? What's it cost me? How many can I get? And what is the script for the leads? I also want to know, how were they generated? How did you get them? And then I ask them, the most successful people in the business, in your business, how much do they spend a week on leads? So I want to know, how much are they per lead? How many can I get? What's the script you got? Whether I'm going to use it or not. And then how were they generated? Direct mail, Google, Facebook, Instagram, call-ins. What did they get? What did they know? How'd you reach out to them? How they communicate with you? And then your top men and women, how much they spend a week on leads. That's all I want to know. Nothing more, nothing less. And I think a lot of people, first of all, they don't ask. I also found a way, because I'm a good question asker, we talked about that recently, I found people in the business that were doing good. And I wanted to know. What I learned about leads in every sales organization I've been in, real estate, life insurance, I was doing them on the sales side of real estate, finding buyers, finding listings, which is sellers, finding renters, commercial, everything I found was in any business I was in, I, myself, was spending $2,000 a week on leads, $8K a month. Now, in real estate, that was hard return on investment because a qualified seller might take a year. I mean, they might list their property. It doesn't happen overnight, right? Also, what I found in real estate was when I started asking how were they generated, I got a lot of answers. You know, I found out that people were online looking at homeowners insurance. And I didn't like that, right? I wanted to know, what did y'all, how'd they find you? How'd you find them? And I wanted to know what the script was, and I really couldn't give me a finite script either. So now, when I got into life insurance, I spent $1,000 a week on leads immediately because when I was in real estate, I was only doing real estate and working my job. I had a life insurance. I was still doing real estate. I was doing property management, all these other things going on. I was just trying one foot in the pool kind of deal with life insurance. Then what happened is after I started selling, I got to the men and women that were doing better. They were the top people in the company. I was like, what y'all spent on leads? And I found some spent more, some spent less, but I found that number. So I was like, all right, if that's 96 a year, how much are you issuing? And the people I talked to, because they were top of the company, were like 500 to 800 a year. I was willing to invest 100 to hit this number right here, 500 to 800. That made perfect sense to me. I wasn't confused. So I moved my one to $2,000. Now, the single biggest issue that people have in lead-based sales is fear. Well, what if I spend $1,000 and I don't make any money? Well, then don't continue to. I don't know, dude. I'm just telling you, in life insurance, I had to make one sale to make that money. Here, I had to make 2 a week. I knew I could. Real estate, I knew once I had a closing, my properties typically were 200 to 300. I mean, I had some bigger ones. At 3%, I could get but I had to get those moving, right? My listings. So I loved life insurance because it was immediate. I could get my leads, make a sale on Monday, get paid on Tuesday. I liked that part. But a lot of my peers had fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of what I'm going to get my money back, fear of what's my ROI. And people all the time analyzing their ROI every 7 minutes. And I'm not trying to be funny, but it's like, I'd meet with people, I'd be like, you should get involved in sales. They're like, what's your ROI? Because they read it somewhere. And I'm like, my return on, I've been doing it 2 months. Yeah, but what's the ROI? What's the percentage of profitability, Mark? I'm like, I don't know, dude. I got paid, 50 grand, and I spent probably 15. So I netted 35, pay tax on that. If you spend that out for a year, 30 is 360. Another 5 is 60. That's 420 grand a year. That'd be my net. I don't know. It's not bad. It's like, but I wasn't every minute trying to I bought 8 leads. What am I going to do? Because I knew it was a numbers game. I knew I would win eventually as far as if I gave myself enough opportunity to win, right? So understanding how much you're going to spend for leads. I don't care what business you're in. Now, what I will tell you, no matter what you're selling, you can be in solar, pest control, security, I don't care what you're selling. If there are no leads, there is no long-term business. Because in 2024, you cannot, it's cold calling and cold knocking a long time ago was a different deal than it is today. You will beat your head against the wall. I've done it. I did real estate with no leads. I left a company with no leads and went to a company with leads. The first company I was at, she said, my manager, she'd been there a long time. She's like, her name was Gail. She said, we do warm market here. I said, okay. I don't have a big family. My friends don't really I don't come from any money. Most of the people I know rent. My family members, none of them are looking to buy, nor do they have a house to sell. My friends rent. Who's my warm market? And they gave me all this SOI, sphere of influence. I'm like, well, my influence is with people that rent. And renting an apartment, they don't really need an agent. They can just go rent an apartment. So what do you want me to do? And after about 3 months, I ran into a guy and I was like, dude, he's like, how's it going? I'm like, I'm not having a lot of success. And he's like, well, what lead source do you have? And I'm like, SOI. He says, sphere of influence. I said, yes. He goes, we have leads at my company. I said, how much? He goes, about $2 grand a week, spend $8 grand a month. I was like, all right, let me talk to somebody. So I started my research and I quit. They're like, why are you quitting? I'm like, I want leads. The real estate company here, 3 months, I made 1 sale. It wasn't very big. Here, after my first 12 months, I made myself 450 grand. I had leads. Now, I did spend 96, so I did net 3 and change. But I wanted to make, I just never, I don't get that. I don't understand how that makes any sense. So I think warm market is a good ancillary part of any business. Think if you sell life insurance, real estate, waste, it doesn't matter what you do, pest control, you should talk to people in your network and go, hey man, I sell this, you could benefit from it. It'd be foolish for you not to do that. But it can't be your only deal. It can't be your focus. And what happens is they wanted my warm market to be focused. Then wherever I get it, I'm like, what do you want me to do? Even life insurance, I sold a lot of policies to people I knew. There's no doubt about that. I networked with them, I called, and I probably make a sale, every other month or something, but that was just additional. I needed to make 15, 20 sales a week. I didn't have 15, 20, and maybe I got better at it, but the reality is that also I knew strangers tend to buy from you more than your friends and family. And familiarity breeds contempt. They don't want to talk to you about the stuff, their business. People that don't know you are they're uncomfortable to give you information. So you have to understand what is stopping you from buying leads. Do you believe in what's the worst thing that can happen? That should be your answer every time. When this guy pitched me on this, I thought, what's the worst thing that can happen? I spend $8 grand the first month. If I have 1 real estate transaction that's on average size, I'm gonna about get my money back. 2, I'm gonna make money. In life insurance, I was like, damn, which is why I like life insurance more. I'm like, if I could make 8 sales in a month, get my money back, and actually I was making about 15 to 20 a week. So the return on investment, not every 7 minutes, but the ROI in the business was good. And what helped alleviate fear for my team was me buying leads, making sales, being very honest about what I spent on leads, very honest about what I was grossing and netting, very honest. If in a given month I netted $4 grand, I netted $4 grand. I told people. I didn't if I netted 48 and you asked, I told you. I wanted you to know the good, the bad, and the indifferent about the business because there are ups and downs. It's a roller coaster. But this is a roller coaster that has a very, very bad ending with no leads. It's lead based. Now, there are people that will scream and yell at the top of their lungs and say that, you don't need leads. And I'm like, okay, I'm not mad, dude. First of all, you do you. But I've researched all these businesses, don't find a lot of high income earners, 500 grand, a million, 2, 3, that are doing this with no leads. And the reality is that you want a strong business, you need people making money. I wanted everybody in my business immediately to get themselves in a position where they could make money. That's what I want to know. How long you been in the business? How quickly did you get paid? Because at the end of the day, your currency with people when you manage them is, are you getting them paid? You go, but I love the person I work with. I want you to love them too. I think that's great. Are they making you money? Because at the end of the day, what's going to feed your family, take care of your kids, provide an opportunity for your mother, provide an opportunity for you, have good health benefits you pay for, give back to your church, whatever you believe in, money. That's all it is. So help people build their belief system and leads by you building it. You want to be great at your organization, be a great salesperson. How do you do that? Work hard and buy leads. Buy leads and work hard. Go to any sales organization in America. Find the men and women at the top. While they might enamor you with things they say, they might dress really nice, and that might excite you for a minute. You're going to find out they buy more leads than everybody else, and they work harder. That's it. It's the greatest equalizer there is. So hope this makes sense. You appreciate you joining us for Whiteboard Talk tonight. If you like this and you can relate to it, please share it with somebody in the business. Share it with somebody that may agree, might not agree. I'm good either way. Subscribe to the channel, please. I'm trying to give you great content so you don't make the same mistakes I make, and I share with you things that will make sense for you in your business. If you like this video, click on the link we're going to put in here. It's going to lead you to another video. I think you'll like that one even more. So, but appreciate you jumping on the channel. Subscribe, like, share, get the word out. Thanks for jumping on an episode of Whiteboard Talk tonight.